Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So, here is the agenda for today. We're going to actually skip the journal and share because you have a sub today, but we're going to launch right into announcements. And a lot of today will be spent getting ready to write your first draft of your magazine article. So, let's jump right in. So, you'll see this is the schedule of the days that are coming up. Today is Tuesday. What was due today was step 2 and 3. So basically you should be ready, finished with your research about your animal, and ready to start on your draft of your magazine article. If you're not quite finished with research, you will have some work time to do that, but that just means you'll have to do more writing outside of class as homework. You can see coming up Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, is when our magazine goes to print. So there's a lot to do before then. We'll have a lot of work time in class, but just make sure you're staying focused so we're ready to go to print next Wednesday. So these are the 2 steps you should have done as homework, which are due today. Step 2 is starting to do a little research, and step 3 is gathering information to tell a story. Now, in your actual story, you might not use every single one of these checkboxes, but I wanted you to research these so you get enough background to figure out what is going to make the best story for you. So before you start writing, think for a moment about what you do before you do your first draft. What are some steps or what are some things that you do? Here are some that the other quest came up with. So a lot of people like to outline before they begin. That gives you a sense of where you're headed. So you're not just free flow writing and you end up being more organized that way. Some people like brainstorming in various different graphic organizers or using whatever form you want. Some people like to listen to music. If that's where you're at to get inspiration, that's fine. You can listen to music today. Lots of other things. Maybe you're writing and you find out you need to know more information, so you go back to researching. Maybe you like to just free write, which means you just get the words out and you worry about the editing later. And sometimes you'll get inspiration from other writing. So in a moment, we're going to share some examples, and so you can kind of get some inspiration about how you could organize your writing. So what we're going to do for this first part is you're going to, if you haven't finished research, you're going to work on the research. If you're finished with research, you're going to start outlining, brainstorming, mind map, or plan your writing. And if you're ready with that, then you can go on to the draft. All right, so you're ready to write. You've already done step 1, which is choosing your species. You've done step 2, doing a little research. Step 3, gathering some information and writing notes in your sources below. So you're ready for step 4. You're going to begin writing your rough draft. It's going to be about 2 pages, 500 to 1,000 words. There's some links to help you. This is a link to a magazine, and this is a link to an example article. And so you can either write your rough draft here and then copy and paste it into this assignment on Google Classroom right here, or you can just write it in the Google Classroom assignment, this Google Doc, and then just put a link here. So whatever works for you. The reason why we're putting our draft into this plain Google Doc with some instructions is this will be easier to share with the people who are going to edit and comment your paper. This is a little bit harder to share and comment in this box. All right, so make sure you do that. You'll notice that if you are finished with your draft, step 5 is to share your rough draft with at least 2 people for feedback. And then step 6 and step 7 and step 8, hold off on those until you get approval by me before you start looking and working in your templates. Now, if you don't quite know where to start, or you did start and you've gotten stuck, keep listening to the next step because we'll look at some pieces of writing for inspiration. So now you'll get a packet from the substitute teacher today, and the packet will have instructions on the front and also a bunch of different articles. So you're going to choose one from the set to use as your mentor text. So a mentor text is one that you look to give you ideas for your own writing, and you can even follow the same sentence structure and overall writing structure to help write your article. So once you choose one, make sure you read the whole article to ensure that it has the writing that you'd like to develop and what you're going to imitate in your own article. If you're getting stuck on how to get started, maybe it's a introduction or a transition sentence or summary or something that's an attention grabber for your reader, you can pick a specific sentence in your mentor text. So in that sample article, pick a sentence that you want to imitate or emulate. Now, you're not just copying the sentence word for word, because obviously these articles are about different animals than you're studying. There should be similarities though, because you're using it to help you write your sentence. So here's one of the sentences from one of the articles. So thanks to the reintroduction of sea otters in California, there are now almost 3,000 sea otters compared to fewer than 100 a century ago. So that was a sentence that was in one of the articles. Then I took that and applied that same structure to, let's say I was writing my article about wolves in Yellowstone. So here's an emulation sentence about a different story. So I said, thanks to the reintroduction of wolves in Yellowstone National Park, there is now a balance of elk and deer populations compared to 25 years ago. So again, very similar sentence structure, but of course they're about different topics. So you can use this technique if you're getting stuck or if you're having a hard time getting started using your mentor text. Go ahead and give it a try, see if it works for you. Sometimes you are fine with writing and you don't need to use a mentor text, but it's definitely helpful if you're finding yourself stuck or you don't know what to say next or you don't know how to organize your article. So for work time, here are the options. You can work on doing some more research. That's option 1. Maybe option 2, you're outlining or brainstorming still. Option 3 is using the mentor text to help you write. And option 4, drafting the magazine article. So there's a separate Google Classroom assignment called Draft a Magazine Article. And then if you finish all of that and you're ready for peer feedback, you're going to share your draft with at least 2 people. So one will be me. But if you're finished before break and you're ready for peer feedback, then you can choose a peer in the class to do peer feedback.